Hello, I'm Betty on plot 60. This is my allotment and we have the most beautiful sunshiny day, and I've got the help of my husband today, so I'm going to make the most of it. Now on our plot today I've brought up an old bin. It was damaged, so the council replaced it, and so I use it to keep my coffee granules in. This is old spent coffee, which is perfect for keeping slugs away. I also filled up my compost bin, and it was my birthday last week, so I had some birthday money and we bought some very large pots and some bags of earth. That's going to be for my tomato plants. I want to grow them against the fence here, and I've got two really massive pots here which I'm going to grow some early potatoes in. Yes, I have got lots of space here, but I hate having to earth them up on trenches. And my friend next door, look at his lovely plot. He's always done his in pots, and he thinks that you get more if you do them that way. So I'm going to try that with my first earlies. Everything's looking lovely. There's not a lot to do up here. There might be more to do in the polytunnel, so I'll have a look in there in a minute. Oops, train going over. I did also buy some dahlias and things with my birthday money, and I'll show you them later. But look, I've got a lovely little table there which was discarded and left on the unwanted plot down the end, so it was okay to have it, and I took it. It'd be ideal in the summer to have my picnic lunch on. So now we're going to fill up the pots with the soil ready for my potatoes, and then I'll leave it another week probably, let the ground warm up and just let spring take hold, and then I'm going to plant my potatoes. It's the 2nd of March today, so I'm gone down to have a look at the polytunnel, and I don't know why, but my sweet peas, they come up with these little shoots like that one, and then next time I look, the shoot is lying on the soil and it's detached from the pods of the pea. So I don't know what's going on there, if something's been digging them out, but maybe not. I've got radishes and I've got beetroot. That's looking very promising, and I normally put beetroot straight in the ground, but I think it's quite nice to have a head start. And then today I planted sunflowers that my brother gave me, so they are in there, and we've got various other things going on, lettuce, some herbs that I've been overwintering, and I'm going to put some more things in at the weekend. Lovely and hot in here, it's just so cosy. It's quite nice just to sit in here actually, and you can see that there's a lot of work been going on. The volunteers that build this are making a really nice place for us to use. It's very good of them. These are the dahlia that I mentioned. I've got a mixture here, so any dangly bits that are squishy or broken or detached, it's best to actually remove them. So I have cut a few of these dangly bits off, and I'm looking for little eyes. There's an eye there, see that little brown bit there, that's an eye. I think each one has a little eye on it somewhere, which means it does have a good chance of growing. Here's another one, little eye in there, see that little bit there. It's hard to pinpoint it without getting my big fat fingers in the way, but there. So what I'm doing at the moment, it's still early days, it's early March, so I put in plastic bags in dry compost in the window, and what I'm looking for is for these little eyes to develop and to grow, and they will start to grow little green bits. When that happens, it'll be time to pot them up. I'm going to pot them up and then put them in the ground later, because once they're green and bushy, they've got a better chance of fighting off slugs. So just notice that dangly bit, for example, that's quite withered. That will probably fall off. I'll keep an eye on it, no need to go mad. I don't want to cut them to pieces, but as long as you have one or two dangly bits, you have a good chance that you will get a really nice flower this year. So you don't have to worry if you do cut a lot of them off. But I'm just going to wait and see how they dry out. This is the bit where the growth is going to come. That's last year's stem, and those are the eyes which are going to make this year's leaves and stem. So that's the important bit around the top. These are the roots that are going to feed it, and it's got plenty of food in there for now. And this is just to support it, and will later be used to pot it on. Outside, last year I had a salvia, one of these pink ones here, and it just was beautiful. It was huge and it flowered all through the summer, and it's managed to overwinter, which they don't always do, and it has come back. But the best bit is that there are actually 3. So when I, possibly even 4 as it happens, so when I took it out of the pot, I could see that there was three plants there. So I divided them and potted them, and we may get 3 beautiful plants from 1. So what I've been doing today is just cleaning up the patio. I'm going to wash my pots down and my table in a moment and make it a nice place. I like to sit here in the mornings when it gets warmer, so I'll clear up the mess. I'll probably put some Jay's fluid over the patio one night soon, and I'm going to grow a few herbs here. Although I've got herbs on my allotment, I like to have a few at home as well. And over here, I've never grown these before. I've got a yellow crocosmia and some anemone, which I'm going to leave in this corner because they like semi-shade anemones. Crocosmia, I think, are not too fussy. They'll get some sun, and when they come up I'll move them, but they don't flower till late summer, so I think they need to be over here for now. I took the fleece off my lemon tree, but I can easily bring it back if it's needed. So it's the first year that she hasn't had that scale inset. I can't see any of that, and I think it's because she's been outdoors most of the time, wrapped up warm, rather than indoors. So she's got some buds. See, these are little flower buds here. There they are. So that's going to be a flower there as well. She flowers most of the year. She has a little rest in December, and she will flower in the summer, and we'll get some more fruit. I took about 5 lemons off about 2 weeks ago when we started getting some hard frosts, and I've used them in gin and tonic and things. There's another flower there. Sorry about the croaky voice, I've got a slight sore throat. Here's another flower. So I think she's going to have a lot of lemons this year. Her sister, which was smaller, aged about 4, died. The frost got her, unfortunately. But this one, I think I've had for about 8 years. She's very hardy, but I used to bring her in the winter, but she's too big now. So this was her first winter outdoors in the coldest months with fleece, and she seems to be okay. These flowers here, I did plant a few iris in one of my tubs, but I think most of these I'm going to put in a small area of my garden border, and if there are any spare I'll take them up the allotment. They didn't cost very much, these. I got them from a garden centre. I don't expect them to be giant sized. It will take a few years for them to establish and give a really big display, but I may get a few small flowers. I'm always hopeful, and they're already showing shoots, so they need to go into the ground quite soon. So I'll probably do it today. Look at them, they're all healthy, and some have shoots ready for the ground. Oh, it's a bit cleaner out there now. I've washed everything down, got 2 nice clean chairs. We'll get some padded seats for them, I think, because I like to sit out there in the mornings, and if it's been raining I can put a waterproof padded seat over it. And I like that little table. I've had it for years, but it's great in the morning for a cup of tea. I've cleaned up my pots, put fresh soil in them, and I had a few things that had overwintered. The salvia, which I managed to get 3 from 1. It seemed to have been 3 in a pot when I came to replant it, so that was lucky. And I've also got a verbena that's overwintered. There were a couple, so I put them in the pot, and I've got something there. I have no idea what that is. Could be a geranium. Probably nothing will happen, but when I cut it back it had green, and where there's green there's life, so we'll see what happens. And that's it for this time, but I'll be up on my allotment later in the week. All this lovely blossom here. I don't know if it's blackthorn, but isn't it beautiful? You first. Oh. Okay, Molly. Nearly home, pussy. Come on. Coming. No, Molly. Should we go home then? Coming? No? Coming. Come on. And then